Hey there, my name is Alex, I am the Silver Mont, and today is my birthday. That is to say, the day this video is going up. I've just turned 28. Combined with the fact that my channel's topped 90,000 subscribers, it's time for you to know more about me. So here's 28 things you didn't know about Silver Mont. Number 1. My name is made up of 36 characters or letters. It is so long that more than once I have been mistaken for two separate people, Alexander Etienne and Jonathan Ducasse. Nope, that's all me. Number 2. Despite my name, I'm English. I also tone down my Britishness a lot in YouTube videos because I know sometimes British talk can be utterly incomprehensible. Listen mate, if I start harping on like folk round here do, you're not like to get what in the bloody hell I'm yammering on about, right gov? So don't be a muppet, get yourself a cuppa and let's move on to the next point, love. Number 3, where does Silver Mont come from? It's my go-to RPG character, Monsieur, that I've been using since 2005. If I'm playing a game with a creator character, that's who I go for. Silver Mont came from a time he figured the best way to mount a rescue attempt for a friend who had been apprehended by vampires was to strap about 52 silver swords to his body. I also think Silver Mont rolls nicely off the tongue, and it's very hard to mispronounce. Unlike the handle I used before, which Americans would always pronounce in a way that made me very sad. Number 4. I do not have a particular favourite type of music, but if I had to list my two favourite bands at the moment, it would probably be Chromeo and Russell Allen. Playing World of Warcraft as a teenager also introduced me to a lot of apparently obscure European metal that nobody's ever heard of. Number 5. The icon or avatar of my channel is not supposed to represent me or be me or the Silver Mont. It is Dio Iraklia from the 2004 series Last Exile, who I've been using as my icon for the last decade actually. Prior to that it was Dio Brando from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Probably a good thing I didn't have my channel then, as it would be an endless stream of "is that a Juge reference?" I just thought Dio was a cool character, so I used him as my avatar. Number 6. Speaking of avatars, my Xbox 360 avatar was essentially Colonel Sanders for the best part of 5 years. I don't know why. Number 7. My favourite anime series would have to be Eureka 7, only the original series. I do not care much for the movie or the terrible sequel. Number 8. I am not a trap. Number 9. I am heterosexual. Number 10. I prefer boobs to butts in an approximate ratio of 70-30. In both cases, shape is more important than size. Number 11. What armour is that? It's the brass set with edited textures. DS Fix for Dark Souls has a function where you can replace textures. Specifically, it is a combination of 2 that you can find on the Nexus mod hub, Nexus mods, whatever, that I further edited by myself just to get it exactly how I wanted. Number 12. I have a friend whose real name basically means man-bird, and I still find that really funny. Number 13. The Phoenix Palmer shield in Dark Souls 2 was designed by me and a friend. The original name was Shield of Ash, and the original background I came up with for it was that of a knight of a small holdfast who had lost his wife some years back and had no children. And so when he was afflicted with the dark sign, well, he sold his keep, all his belongings, giving it over to the local villagers, and then he commissioned a large great shield emblazoned with a phoenix, the symbol of rebirth, in the hopes that it would bring him luck in the next life. In the actual game, it ended up being a lot smaller than I had envisioned. My mental image was that it would be around the same size as Solaire's shield. Number 14. My favourite anime movie is Redline. The Garden of Sinners series is also up there. Number 15. When I was about 7 or 8 years old, I was on lunch break at school and decided to explore behind one of the school buildings. Upon turning around the corner, I came across another school kid who was wiping his poop on the side of the building. When he saw me staring at him, he looked back at me for a good amount of time before simply walking off as if nothing had happened. That memory stuck with me all these years for some reason. Number 16. Blizzard totally ripped off the plot of an awful book I wrote when I was a teenager. Well, more of a subplot I suppose, but an orc who wields an axe that is corrupted by a dead old god. I obviously invented that plot, I'll have you know. Number 17. I like American girls. I find their accents really cute, even if I can't tell East Coast from West Coast, California from Minnesota. That's probably why I've dated more American girls than English girls. Number 18. I think the GameCube and Xbone game controllers are the best that I've ever used. Number 19. Fellowship of the Ring might be my favourite movie, but that's a hard question to answer. Number 20. My most played game on Steam is currently Final Fantasy XIV at 1,222 hours, although I wonder how much of that is idling. I also have over 1,000 hours in Dark Souls and Gears of War, but I believe my most played game of all time is probably Smash Bros on the GameCube, where I know I had over 2,000 hours, including 33 hours as a young Link alone. Number 21. I'm 5'8" and I'm so light that I have been known to fly away in a strong breeze. Number 22. Spears are one of my favourite video game weapons, but frustratingly, one that I feel hardly any games do justice to. Neo is one that does. In terms of firearms, I enjoy semi-automatic DMR style weapons, or the H&K MP5. Number 23. I used to be in the top 10% in the leaderboards for Gears of War, as I played that game all the time and became insanely good at it. Prior to Dark Souls, it was my obsession. Victor Hoffman in 1 and 2, and of course, Chairman Prescott in 3. Number 24. I do not have a specific favourite colour, but rather combos. I like black and gold, silver and blue, etc. Unless we're talking about hair colour, I like brunettes there, and well, if it's eye colour, it's gotta be brown eyes or green eyes, most of all. Number 25. More of a Coke person than a Pepsi person, but I don't really drink either of them very frequently. Orange and mango is probably one of my favourite flavours for drinks. And if we're talking alcohol, well, I like Strongbow dark fruit, and in general ciders and fruity rums. Number 26. I don't know if I have a favourite book per se, but I'll never get tired of Lord of the Rings, or Game of Thrones, even though it has a lot of issues, and of course, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The last in particular is something I absolutely love, although I do prefer the original radio series to the books. Number 27. I do not watch much YouTube. I follow Red Letter Media and sometimes watch Cinemassacre, but I follow virtually no gaming channels. The answer to "have you seen X's video on Dark Souls topic Y" is almost always going to be no. Number 28. I've never had a taco. Number 29. I'm really bad at mathematics. There you have it. 28 things you didn't know about this 28-year-old. Or maybe you did. Add up how many you happen to know, and let me know in the comments. If you knew more than arbitrary amount, you will get the prize of me liking your comment. On a more serious note though, thank you for watching and supporting however long you've been around, whether it's a week, a month, since the beginning when I started out. It means a lot to me, and obviously I couldn't do this without you. I never really thought I would reach 90,000 subscribers. I thought 50,000 would be a good end goal, and 100,000 would be, you know, like winning the lottery. But I hope this year's been treating you well, and whenever your own birthday happens to be, whether it's past already or is yet to come, I hope you have a great day. Until next time, you take care.